What's up, everybody? It's Frank here for Yogomi, and in this video I'm going to talk about PAX East 2024. I visited PAX East this year, and as you guys know, I go to PAX East every year. PAX West, PAX East. I started going to PAX in 2015 when PAX South was still a thing. PAX South ended in 2020. The last PAX South was in 2020. I was actually at that PAX South, and unfortunately that was the last one. I really liked PAX South. I think a lot of people did. It'd be really nice if they brought that back, but for now we have PAX West, which is in Seattle, and PAX East, which is in the historic city of Boston, Massachusetts. Normally I go to these conventions alone, but for the last few times, PAX West in 2023 and 2024, I've taken a pretty big group with me, and it seems to grow each time. It's just very fun. I really love PAX. It was the first video game convention that I ever went to, at least a large one, and it's become a tradition that I go every year. I get a media pass as a content creator, so I get to actually meet a lot of the studios, learn about a lot of the new games that are coming out, and even get to play a lot of these games before they're even out in the market. But in this video, I want to put a spotlight on a specific game studio, and that is PM Studios. I met the group at PM Studios, I believe back in 2019, and I watched them grow and just create an amazing library of games that pretty much cater to a large group of people. There's a little something for everyone. Now, what I want to do in this video is I want to talk about the games that they had at PAX East, and I'm going to go through each of them. From what I saw, PM Studios had the most offerings of games at any booth that I saw at PAX East. So the first game I want to start out with is a game called Extremely Powerful Capybaras, and this is a game that I actually got to play with a group of my friends. Extremely Powerful Capybaras is a bullet storm that you can play with your friends. Up to 4 people can play this game, and it's like a chaotic survival roguelite game. And you can collect items that unlock weapons and skills, and it's just hordes and hordes of enemies. And you just keep fighting and keep powering up until you become the most powerful capybara of all in the game. It's quite an intense, I would say quite chaotic, and it's all about survival with your friends, because you even have to watch out for your friends. If your friends fall, you and the team can go to a certain area and revive them so they can get back into the fight. It's just a barrage of bullets, and you collect various items that again unlock powerful weapons and skills, and there's just relentless waves of just enemies just coming at you from all directions. The whole point of the game is everybody works together to survive and then eventually beat the boss. Now, with my team, I am proud to say that I was the last surviving member of our team, and I did beat the boss. But it is a lot of fun, and it's actually very easy to play. You don't even really have to push a lot of buttons or anything. You just move the stick in the direction that you want to go, and the capybaras automatically just shoot in that direction. And again, as you get power-ups, your weapons become even crazier to just lead you closer to taking on the boss. Another game that they had was called Cricket. Now, Cricket is an incredibly just cute and heartfelt hand-animated JRPG adventure where you go to the moon and back with Jay and his friends. The combat incorporates timed hits where you build up a meter and you attack and defend, and while unleashing these awesome combos, you get rewards. Now, in the game, you explore a world that's not too unlike the one that you live in now. And you'll also encounter these things in there called Elemelons. And in the game, the adventure takes you to the moon and back and even beyond. You can engage in strategic combat that it requires precise timing to execute powerful attacks and defenses. And as you attack, you build up these meters that just release these exhilarating combos that even give you more rewards. I can definitely see people being captivated by just the heartwarming tale and the charm of this game, as well as the heartwarming characters that you'll play alongside. The next game they had on display was a game called Zoe Be Gone. Zoe Be Gone is another hand-drawn bullet storm game, and it's like this frenetic shooter combining the run and gun mechanics of Metal Slug with infinite loops, and it's all wrapped up in an old-fashioned drawn-on film style animation. So you just fight and fight your own creator as the artist actually bears down on you with a pen and a paintbrush. It's a very unique experience. Now, the next game they had there was a game called Let's School. So in this game, you dive into the role of a headmaster that's doing their best to basically revive your alma mater. Beyond just bricks and mortar, you train the teachers, you recruit students, and you sculpt the school into this unique educational haven. And that's Let's School. The next game I saw in the booth was a game called Juicy Realm. Juicy Realm is a roguelite where you basically square off against bizarre fruits all across the world. And there's a line between the animal and the plant world. And this sort of has become blurred because now that the fruit and animals are sort of this weird thing going on, the food chain has been completely disrupted. The next game they had was a game called Tevi, and I think I'm saying that right. Now, Tevi is an epic action adventure that you slash, dash, and combo your way through a vast and just vibrant world. And in the game, you can customize your build to get you to these amazing boss battles. The game is an experience and a tale of mystery and magic. It's a bullet storm, just mayhem with a Metrovania vibe. Now, the next game I saw at the booth is a game called Dragon is Dead. Dragon is Dead features RPG-style systems for growth and item farming, but the game progression itself is roguelike. However, the items you acquire are preserved when you die, which is kind of a favorite of mine. I like that feature when they add that in. As you die and continue to play, you can unlock new items, there's new NPCs, there's new rune spells, and even new characters. Another game that they had there that I've actually played was My Time at Sandrock. And I know a lot of people know about this game. I've seen a lot of people playing it. It's quite popular, and it was actually a lot of fun. In My Time at Sandrock, you travel to the desert community of Sandrock, and you take on the role of a fledgling builder. Now you use a tool set, you gather resources, construct machines, and you have a workshop that you can build into a well-oiled production facility, and you can save the town from the jaws of economic ruin. Another game that they had there is a game that I'm about to do a review on. It's called Crimson. Crimson's a very challenging, gritty rhythm platformer. It features heavy electronic metal music, and you're this unknown spawn. You're going through this hellish world as it moves rhythmically to the music. One wrong move in any rhythm game, as you know, means usually something bad, and in this game, it means death. But the good thing about this game is that the checkpoints are very often and the deaths are very short, so you don't have to start too far back from where you died. We all know how frustrating that could be. The next game that they had was a game called Scope-G. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I think I am. Scope-G? Either way, this is a game I saw at the booth that really piqued my interest. And this is another game that I'm hoping to get my hands on because I want to play this game and I also want to review this game. Now, Scope-G is a game where you explore a city that's been thrust into a disarray by an unknown event. You have to survive hordes of mutated abominations that lurk around every corner, and you have to fight through enemies and bosses and scavenge your loot and survive the hostile city. I was looking at this game when I was in the booth and I just immediately whoa, and I even got a chance to talk to the developers about it. So I'm really excited to play this game. Another game that they had at the booth was a game called Evolutus Duality. Evolutus is a cutting-edge 2D story-driven game. It's an action-adventure game that's inspired by classic 80s anime like Akira and Ghost in the Shell, which are two of my absolute favorite animes of all time. They just don't make them like that anymore. In the game, it chronicles the journey of three main protagonists whose lives will eventually cross paths and change forever. The next game I saw at the booth was a game called Exophobia. In this game, you explore an abandoned spaceship that seems to have crashed on an unknown planet. It's very retro inspired and it's fast paced. It's a shooter that you fight through unforgiving hordes of aliens, and there's all kinds of exciting weapon upgrades. And the more and more you play and the more enemies you take out, it starts to open up new areas for you to explore. And as you continue on, you learn and mix up your combat style. Another game that they had there, which had a very interesting title, was a game called Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo. I don't know if you know any yo-yo tricks, but you're gonna learn them in this game. And in this game, you'll have to bust those tricks out It's a 2D top-down adventure where you'll explore a sprawling urban landscape. And while you're doing this, you're reinterpreting your surroundings through yo-yo tricks. You'll solve puzzles, you'll fight the city's rival crime lords, and you'll regain the influence of the Pipistrello family. Now, the last game that I saw at the booth is a game called Super Alloy Ranger. Super Alloy Ranger is another 2D side-scrolling action game. Now, you play as Marksman Kelly, or Combat Robot number 2. And it's basically, you challenge different levels within the dangerous machine empire. And you unlock new weapons and just open up more exciting fighting and gameplay. As Marksman Kelly, you'll use his shooting and you'll use number 2's death blows to defeat these abnormal machine bosses. Now, those are just the games that they had at the booth at PAX East. I highly encourage you to visit PM Studios' website. I've put a link in the info below. They have an amazing library of all types of games. Like I said, it's a little something for everybody there. And it's just a great studio that I really see just making some big moves in the future. Something else you're definitely going to want to check out from PM Studios is the mobile app called Fuse. Fuse is a social app that is focused strictly on gaming. You can set up your profile and create a really cool avatar. You can go through and put all of your console information, like I have my PlayStation, my Xbox, and my Switch friend code. All of my stuff is in here. And on top of that, you could put in a list of your top 10 games. And of course, I've got Destiny and Forza Horizon 5, Skate, even some classics like Metroid Prime Trilogy, Mario Kart 8. They're constantly adding new features and updating the app as much as possible. And there's even a community section where you can make comments. And the more and more you use the app, the more you level up. You can add comments, add screenshots, even videos of different games that you're playing. And they even have a whole section of how you can even rate games. It's just a very, very cool thing. It even has a message system, so you can message people back and forth. People can comment on your post. People can even comment on some of your top 10 games. It's actually really cool. I'm learning more and more about the app as I start to use it more, so I highly suggest it. The app is called Fuse, F-U-Z-E, and you should download it, create your character, put in your game library, put in your top 10, and you can join the community and share your content or have conversations about games. Now, I will also leave the link for this down in the info below. If you happen to join, search for Yogomi and follow me on there and I'll follow you back. I think this is a really cool app that I'm really, really interested in growing. I feel like we've needed something like this for a long time, a really good social app that's just focused on video games. So check it out, F-U-Z-E, Fuse, from PM Studios. So that's it for this video. I'm going to be back very soon because I am going to be playing Crimson from PM Studios, and I'm going to do a review of that game. So I'm really looking forward to getting that out. I will actually be playing that game live on my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/Yogomi. So come by if you're interested in a live variety content channel that also plays games. So thank you so much for watching the video. And like I said, I'll be back with a new video very soon. See ya.